Jakarta is a coastal city, which has developed into a residential, industrial, trade, and recreational area. North Jakarta, which is close to the beach, also has a strong character in seafood dishes. But recently, a restaurant emerged serving Indonesian flavor with modern techniques. An interesting anomaly to be explored further. I'm Kevin Rasumantri. Come taste the beauty only on See Indonesia. Restaurants for me is the beating heart of a city. A venue where good food and community intertwine. That is why I love exploring new places, from those hidden on landways to the glitz and glam of modern restaurants. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities, only on See Indonesia. I think if you still remember that the past few years we experienced this interesting increase of interest of people who likes or even revere to Indonesian cuisine and flavor. I think some of it because we experience in parallel with that an influx or the homecoming of the new Indonesian culinary talents from a lot of international cities like LA, New York, even Australia. And recently, a friend of mine sending me this direct message on Instagram that's saying that I have to go to this restaurant that owned by a chef that was an alumni of the global culinary fields. And this restaurant called Elise is located in Kelapa, Gading, an area where I think it's not the usual destination for place to have a fancy restaurant, right? Not like in South Jakarta or even in Central Jakarta. But I'm really intrigued because this restaurant that I will be heading to is headed by a chef that, from what I heard, an alumni of Spago, which is one of the beacons of Californian cuisine restaurant in America and owned by this iconic chef Wolfgang Puck.
Kevin.
Hello, chef. What is that?
Okay, so this is our go salmon. We inspired from NTT cuisine. So it's gonna be a little spicy. We top it with avocado truffle espuma.
Oh, avocado truffle espuma.
Yes.
And a tuile.
Yes, and the corn tuile.
A corn tuile. Okay.
Enjoy.
I love this. I also love the tuile because it consists of the classic salmon gohu. Usually people use tuna for the gohu from NTT, And also what I love is the airy and creamy espuma on top made from avocado. So I think it's a combination between East Indonesian food as well as Latin American influence in it. This odading is not your ordinary street food odading because it has this pillowy textures like a fine donut, and then a crispy outside, and the inside is a crustacean surprise.
So this is our tiger prawn.
Yes.
Inspired from Bali.
Ooh.
We make it with basa genep sauce, basically a tiger prawn carpaccio. We top it with shrimp powder and
Yeah.
microsilat.
And then you make that into noodles.
Yes.
Yes.
Noodle shape.
Shaped noodles. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. It is almost magical because if you see the threads here, it's all radish and orange. It's all prawn. It is like noodle, but it's not noodle. It's like pasta, but it's not pasta. Oh yum. It's like a punch of spices and this crustacean delight. And it's kind of a unique texture because you will, at first, like me, I did expected that this is going to be like noodles, doughy and stretchy, but it is not. I think I find new way how to eat prawn. Definitely new way. This is brilliant because when you eat something that is fatty and wild flavor like foie gras, you need sourness, tartness to cut through all of this rich and fatty flavor and aftertaste. And the sauce is definitely doing its job. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities on Sea Indonesia. The interior is almost a complete transporting experience. From near timeless neighborhood experience of Kelapa Gading into this dining room of chic luxury. after the entree, I will have 4 main courses, which is first the chicken with the chicken muslin with pistachio. And afterwards, I will have a rendition of a classic Marangi beef in the form of wagyu and a crispy Marangi crust. And after that, I will be having duck with the fermented hoisin sauce, which is my favorite. And after that, the main courses is closed with a cod fish that is flaky and served with a broth of umami pelawat-pelawan mushroom. Lovely. Smells like Marangi. And it's weirdly tastes like Marangi. You can still get this sweetness, this sticky, herby, loaded with coriander flavor of Marangi in a plate of luxury steak like this.
Kevin, the next dish is Peking style duck. We will smoke it with apple wood in 4 hours, served with crispy kale and grilled broccoli. So the sauce is fermented hoisin. We mix it with fermented tofu also.
Yeah.
So enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Favorite meats in the whole gastronomy world, duck. Oh yeah. The smokiness from the applewood chips is, it starts to merge like slightly and slightly. You know what I love about duck? This meat has very lean texture, not too fatty, but it has this distinct gaminess, the flavor in it, right? It's the kind of flavor and texture and aroma that you cannot find in any other kinds of poultries, chicken or even pigeon. You cannot taste something like duck. It's divine. And then what I like in this dish is that the chef combines the heritage of Chinese ingredients with the perfect execution of how you make good and syrupy and silky duck base sauce. Like lots of restaurants that I went in, when they serve that, some of them they serve the sauce kind of thin, like soupy, which that's really unpleasant. But this is so thick, so it balances the robust flavor and taste of duck itself, especially the broccolini, the grilled one. I love broccolini. Broccolini is slightly bitter. It has this good, decent bitterness just to cut through when you think and this plate is getting too heavy, but the broccolini is cut through that heaviness. So you want to eat more and more.
Kevin, this is our miso pochikot. Served with Japanese soy broth, we infuse it with kulat pelawan, mushroom from Bangka, and we top it with mushroom powder, chopped mixed mushroom, and micro cilantro. Okay, thank you.
Oh, look at this tiny little finesse of Japanese intricacy. Oh, the broth. This is really interesting. So when you go into the world of culinary of gastronomy, people are divided into two religions, I would say, when it comes to broth. The French style broth and the Japanese style broth. The French style, it requires long hours and then amount of efforts to make that broth, to get that deep and robust and complexity of flavor. But Japanese broth, they only requires perhaps like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and at the end you get just as complex as classic style broth of French cuisine. But I can taste the kulat pelawan. And the cod is really beautiful. It cooked nicely. It is flaky, a sign of a perfect cod. Speaking about kulat pelawan, it reminds me, I think it takes me back to the early days when I became food writer in 2014. Back then, kulat pelawan, it was the revelation of Indonesian local ingredients. It was like when people find treasure. It was first mentioned by Elise, the famous food anthropologist, and it became like the darling of lots of modern Indonesian restaurants, both in Jakarta and Bali. And now, I'm also encountering again kulat pelawan, but in a kind of different form. That's beautiful. My gosh, after the appetizer and the main courses, it blew my mind because I never expected that I will get these kinds of food with this pristine quality and execution in Kelapa Gading area. Follow me while I'm visiting the most exciting eating places around cities on Sea Indonesia. Hello, Chef Henry.
Hi, Captain.
Chef, I think I'm really excited to taste the dessert and all the food later on.
Okay,
But
sure.
but I'm really curious actually that you write recipe books, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Long time ago. And then you have, of course, the Maison Bulu, the culinary school. And what's the most exciting part that writing a book, recipe, and also teaching?
For me, exciting part is sharing, of course. But my priority is to give the knowledge to the who
All
wants
the
to be a
students,
chef,
yeah.
who wants to be in this industry.
Yeah.
And I'll get to learn too as I teach. I told my student, okay, if you have questions, just ask me. If I don't know, I will find it.
Okay, that's interesting.
If I still don't know,
Yeah.
we find it together. So that's the point. I'll get to learn as I teach.
So you chef, you also own a culinary school, right? But how do you think about the talent development of chefs, young chef in Jakarta? I don't know, I think for me, I see that we have several culinary school, but lots of people still don't really want to put serious effort on learning the basic fundamental of culinary techniques. But how do you think about that?
Actually, we're going there. But the problem is, from my point of view,
Yeah.
as a chef, it's kind of switching.
I
like
see.
right now, chef as an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Back in my days,
Yeah.
we always
like
back in the kitchen,
hidden from outside world.
behind the scene lah. But
Yeah.
for the development, yeah, for me, yeah, we're going there, but slow process.
Yeah, I think especially when it comes to comparison with other neighboring country, right?
Yes.
I think I really agree with that. But do some of your staff here also from your culinary school? Some of them? No? You don't want them
No,
to?
I don't want them. But when they finish school,
Yeah.
I just go. Find your job lah beside
Yeah.
here, because
Yeah.
you have to out from your comfort
Comfort
zone.
zone, yeah. And then with the excitement of the culinary scene out there,
Yeah.
what do you make here? This is the
This is the dessert.
yeah.
Inspired by our traditional street food. It's called pisang hijau.
The palu
Yeah.
butung.
The palu butung.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for the base, I
Yeah.
use the almond puff pastry,
Yeah.
regular puff pastry. I press it
Yeah.
very thin,
Yeah.
and then we bake it around 16 minutes. Yeah. And the green one,
Yeah.
the banana
Oh.
mousse, but we take out the black part, in the
Yeah.
banana, so it doesn't change the color.
The color. Okay. That really makes me have this question that when you open this restaurant in Kelapa Gading, which is a place well known as the Little Sulawesi, and then you have this as palu butung, I think just in lots of restaurants. How do you have this courage to open this restaurant in Kelapa Gading?
I'm a Gading person. Yeah. I live in Gading 12 years.
Okay.
So for me, curiosity kills. Jadi, so why we cannot do a serious food here? Why it's always noodle? It's always porridge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just
I mean, it's
want.
nothing wrong with the street food,
Right.
but you want why there's no, like this nice restaurant for you to dine out and
Yeah, why have to go
to the south, far away, right?
when you can find in the north?
Ah, oh really? Oh really?
So this is the bubur sumsum ya. I make 3 shards.
Oh, 3 different shots.
Yeah, and this the banana shard.
Oh, you have the banana. So you hydrate it?
Yeah, I dehydrate the banana.
Oh, you hydrated the banana.
And this the coconut milk.
The coconut milk shots.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good, chef.
No, thank you.
But I think I'm gonna try this on my table where it belongs.
Sure.
So
let's
yeah,
go.
thank you. I can't wait.
Okay.
Thank you, chef.
Thank you.
I love how Chef Henry's play with the interpretation of the classic es palu butung, which is a tribute to this Kelapa Gading area on his dessert. It is a very modern and contemporary dessert, but with a flavor that is familiar with the local palate. For me, Elise is a living proof that innovation knows no boundaries. And what I really love is that my perspective as both food lovers and critic is also being challenged. And yes, this restaurant shows that creativity could blossom anywhere in a form of excellent cooking in Kelapa.